Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have an incredible day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what messages, guidance, and insights the universe would like to share with us at this time, especially in regards to truth coming out, people's true colors being revealed, reaping what you sow. Harvest time it's fastly approaching, if not starting. People are finding out the energy you put out, the choices that you make, it determines your harvest and it comes back to you. And things are speeding up and manifesting more and more quickly. So yeah, natural consequences are coming to effect, and people may not like their harvest time all the time. But yeah, let's see what the cards have to say and what other messages the universe has for us. Okay, so the first card that comes out is Ruby, Rejuvenate Your Body. And that's the thing. In modern society, so many of us are just so drained. We're exhausted. We're going through the motions. We're on autopilot. We're numbing out with Netflix. We're using all these unhealthy coping mechanisms as we're working overtime, multiple jobs, all these things. We're not allowing ourselves to breathe. We're not allowing ourselves to rest. We're not allowing ourselves to process. We're just constantly go, 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 go. And the universe saying, hey, it's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to rejuvenate. Take care of yourself, because speaking from experience, guys, I'm doing better than I was, but I had some serious burnout from working 3+ jobs, a lot of times 19+ hour days, working weekends as well with babysitting and pet sitting and house sitting and all of that. And it's just I didn't allow myself to rest because I got caught up in how society said that I was supposed to live, what I was supposed to be able to do after graduating high school. And it's just so many things, and listening to all the other people's advice, and it's just it's hard to make it in modern society with how things are set up. And jobs aren't really wanting to pay a lot of money, and it's just a hot mess. And so take care of yourself, because yes, we are in a society that uses money as a form of currency exchange to make it in this world, but money isn't the only kind of wealth. Health is wealth, and if you don't have your health, you don't have your peace of mind and well-being, are you truly living? Or are you just, existing, going through the motions, struggling to survive? The universe wants us to do more, and it wants us to have a life where we can thrive more, that we can enjoy it more, but we can't do that if we don't rejuvenate ourselves, if we don't take care of ourselves and allow ourselves to rest. And that can be easier said than done when all of these, obligations and commitments and responsibilities just keep piling up and bills keep coming in and inflation. I get it. I'm there with you. It's why I haven't been able to make it out of my parents' house yet. I've been trying, but it's work in progress, And I'm allowing myself to rest more and actually take care of myself. And it's kind of strange, but at the same time, it's very much needed, And I feel like more people need to give themselves permission to actually take care of themselves, to actually rest and rejuvenate, because we get told that we're bad if we need a break. And it's oh, you got to keep working and you can only have this much break, and, you can't take paid time off to, grieve or deal with health problems, all that. Is you have to do vacation times if you even get that, because I never got vacation time. I never got paid sick days or any of that. It's a thing, guys. But we're learning to take better care of ourselves, because it matters. It impacts the energy we can bring to things, because if we're constantly depleted, we're not going to be able to live our highest and best life. We're not going to be able to thrive. And it kind of feels like it was set up that way. So we just, not have time to think about things and connect dots and whatnot. But, yeah, watermelon, have fun with your inner child. That's another thing that so few people do. fun isn't really a thing when you're grown up in today's modern society. Or if it is, it's a lot of these unhealthy coping mechanisms. Like, I've watched peers, co-workers, family members, all of that, like, with my family especially, like, they struggle a lot with things like alcoholism. And then, like, my siblings, they all rely heavily, some of them not as much anymore, but, like, on drugs like weed. And, like, I'm not trying to cast judgment or anything like that, but it's just, like, that's what their version of fun is, like, some of them would get blackout drunk and pass out places and have no idea what even happened, and then, like, all these things, and they're doing weird things, and it's like, that's not actual fun. Like, that's trying to numb out and run away from your problems, honestly. But we need to make more time for genuine fun, to connect with the inner child, because so many people have lost that as they've grown up. And that, like, sometimes people confuse being childlike and having that childlike wonder and having fun and being connected with the inner child with childish, with immaturity, not, that's the best way to put it, because, like, my family can be very, very immature. They have, like, no emotional regulation. Like, they get petty and jealous and manipulative and gaslight and all these things. And, like, there's a difference. Like, that warmth, that sincerity, that exploration, that curiosity, that love of life, where every day's an adventure. My family doesn't have that. They don't. So it's just like, yeah, just don't get confused. Because, like, honestly, I've had teachers look at me and just like, you're just a big child. Like, it feels almost like I'm talking to my kid, and I'm just like, well, I like what I like. And, like, that's one thing, because I remember one time when I was in college with my ceramics teacher, she's like, you like How to Train Your Dragon? Like, that's weird. That's what my little girl likes. And it's just like, why is it wrong to enjoy something? Like, I'm not hurting anybody. And it's not like I'm blowing all my money on it, because that can be a problem too. But it's like, if I find joy in a story or a movie or a show or whatever it is, and it's just pure joy, the childlike wonder, that enjoyment, what's wrong with that? Like, we need more of that in the world. We shouldn't be seen as less than for having that, I relate a lot to Hiccup too, so that might be why it was one of my favorite movies ever, or favorite series, I guess I should say. But yeah, like, we need more fun. We need more connection with our inner child, because it is lacking in modern society. Right. Because when we rejuvenate our body, when we replenish and fill up our cups, when we have fun and tap into our inner child, we're able to overcome our challenges. Because we're coming at it, things from a different place. We're not coming out of, a blind reactive mode. We're not coming from a depleted, struggling to survive mode. We're coming from a centered, grounded, joyous, in love of life, looking for the fun, like, creative mode, And that's when we are not so fixated on problems, because if you fixate too much on the problem, there's no space for the solution. You're not a match. Your energy is in alignment and resonating with the problem, so you get more of the problem. For instance, I know I have brought up my mom and her issue with the printer. So that, I want to say it was like a month or more ago when that first started, and her coworker, the co-owner, had dissected the whole printer and assembled it all together, and it was all fixed and working. And she didn't have any gratitude for that. She just kept fixing on the problem, and she's been fixating on how it was probably gonna jam and break again ever since then. And you know what she was complaining about today? She's complaining about how that printer, it keeps jamming and it's printing out things weird. And so she's like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the other office printer. That should work. You wanna know what happened? because she kept putting all this energy and attention and focus on how the printer wasn't working and how it was going to jam again and how nothing ever works, everything always goes wrong. The other printer jammed horribly and she couldn't get it to work. And so she comes home and is ranting about, of course this is going to happen. It's like, this is literally the universe saying, hey, the energy you put out comes back to you. Be mindful of what you're choosing. Be mindful of what you're focusing on. Be mindful of what you're speaking into existence. Be mindful of your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, all of that, where your energy is, because those seeds that you're planting, you're going to reap the harvest. Harvest time is coming and things are speeding up, so they'll manifest way faster. And it's just like, you keep going on and on and on about how this is going to happen. So yeah, that's what happened with other printers, because that's where your energy is. That's what you're resonating with. That's what you're in alignment with. So just saying, like, if you can get in the right mindset, that right energy, that right openness, the right flow, you're going to be able to overcome your challenges. But if you're doing the opposite, if you're being like my family, you're going to keep seeing the challenges because that's what you're in alignment with. That's what you're resonating with. That's where you're putting your time, energy, and attention. That's the seeds you're planting. That's the momentum you're growing. That's what you're bringing into reality, because you can speak things into existence. And so, yeah, like, we got to be careful, guys, because if we keep going through life in an unconscious, blindly reactive state, making ourselves out to be a victim and not cleaning up our act, not learning, growing, and improving, it's going to get really, really rough. And this isn't me trying to judge on my family, because, everyone has their own timing and all that, and I try to, point things out to them and help teach them and all that, but you have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You have to be willing. You have to choose it, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. My family's choosing not to drink. They're choosing not to listen. They're choosing not to learn. And it's just like, okay, you're choosing your lot in life. You will reap what you sow. I'm not wishing it ill on you, but good luck, because we're going to need it. And speaking of that, it's also like what happened with my brother's former friend, and how he's finding out because the law's coming after him and he's burning bridges and people aren't wanting to help him anymore. It happened with my former friend, with how she decided to handle things. And my dad came and was talking about what's been going down at his work. Turns out one of the new employees has been stealing money. He's been, I don't know if it's like writing like returns, refunds, rebates. I don't know what it is, but in one day he's like did like $100, and that's just the one my dad noticed, because he was like going through the drawers and noticed that receipts were missing for the rebates, refunds, whatever it was. And so like my dad went and looked and tried to figure it out, and he went to the tapes, and he's seeing that each and every time no one's at the counter, and the new employee's looking around all shifty like, and then that's when the money comes out of the drawer, and it's just like, really? And so yeah, but I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got him fired. And it's like, people are finding out, you reap what you sow. If you're planting all these seeds, natural consequences are coming more quickly than ever. So it's like, we really need to get more mindful and intentional and purposeful for our choices and how we want to show up in the world and what kind of harvest we want, because our choices will dictate what we get. If you want to have a bunch of tomatoes, you don't go around planting a bunch of broccoli seeds, okay? Like, you reap what you sow. The energy you put out comes back to you, and people are finding out. But like all of us who have been, doing the inner work, making these choices, trying to bring more joy and kindness and peace and love and harmony and honesty and integrity and all that back into the world, and we keep showing up, and we're planting the seeds, we're tending to the garden, we're trying to do the best we can when all these other people are just like lashing out and being intense and causing conflict and drama and all that, we'll have our harvest too. If you're like me, it's been so many attacks, like my whole life. People have been after me, it feels like. And I don't want to make myself out to be the victim, but it's just like truth is truth. And it's just like how my family singles me out. And like I've been the black sheep in like pretty much every single group I've been in. And like people have just been hating me and like being nasty and disrespectful and using me as a scapegoat and tossing me out. Like it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but it's just like our time is coming too. It's just not natural consequences for, stealing and whatnot. It's just like what goes around comes around. When you put out all this love and kindness and peace and support and all that into the world, it's going to come back to you. It's harvest time is coming, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cherry, you will have a harvest. And I find it funny that we have watermelon and cherry, both of things that you can harvest. But yeah, live an extraordinary life. Harvest time is coming. The energy we've been putting out is going to come back to us. There may have been a delay, whether that be, just the universe's divine timing and master plan, or potential enemy interference, because, the battles aren't of flesh and blood. It's a spiritual battle too, and like definite things out there. Because like honestly, it makes me think about, I want to say it was about a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago, I had been feeling really, really off, and like all these intrusive thoughts that were not mine, like it's not things I normally thought about, and just like was trying to remove me from the picture basically. Like it was trying really, really hard, and I was just like really confused. And I think I went, and it was after I had picked up the boys from school and I was going back home, and I got stopped at a stoplight, and it turned green for me, and I was going to go, and then the car next to me started honking, which I thought was really weird. And so I turned to look, and this school bus was flying through the red light and would have hit me if I had gone. And so it felt very much like divine intervention, because I have a small car. I don't think I would make it when literally that school bus was booking it. And so, yeah, like there's definite warfare going on. I don't know how much is, the universe will use anything and everything for our benefit. Just like I feel like it used all that toxic group and narcissist drama and conflict and turbulence and hurt to make me stronger and to recognize my worth more. Painful as heck to go through, but yeah, like our harvest time is coming, and we get to live the extraordinary life. We get to live it. But, it's also a choice, you reap what you sow. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you got to be intentional with your choices. You got to show up every day. You got to be planting the right seeds, tending to the garden, doing the work. You can't be like all the animals with, the story of the little red hen. And it's not to say that the universe won't, bless us and work magic and miracles on our behalf just because. It will, but we have to be in alignment with it. And like when you reap what you sow, so it's like with the little red hen, it's just like all the other animals didn't want to do any of the work. They didn't plant any of the seeds. They just wanted to eat the harvest. And it's just like, well, I did all the work. I could share with you, but no, I did all of this. I'm going to eat it. Like, I'm going to eat my bread. I'm going to reap what I've sown, And so I think that's another reason why a lot of people have been falling off. Like if you were like me, just all these relationships have been falling by the wayside and just disappearing. And that's been happening for a couple years now, but the last year or so especially. And it feels like this is the universe's way of protecting you from animals like in the story of the little red hen, of all the people who try to ride your coattails and just take advantage of you and not do any of the work. That's just the messaging that's coming in, but everyone's situation is a little bit different. Okay, we have tried it. Remember that true strength comes from within. Yeah, everything you need is within you. At the end of the day, like you could, like, people could debate, well, we need food and water and sunlight and all that. And it's like, yes, yes, yes. But, like, your true strength of character, your integrity and all that, it's in you. Sometimes we don't recognize it. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit. Sometimes, we're diminishing ourselves, playing small, dimming our light and all that. But it's like, no, 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 no. Like, you have the strength you need. Sometimes it needs to be brought to the surface, brought to your attention, even, fortified a little bit through experiences, but you have the strength to make it through this. You have the strength to create this extraordinary life, Okay. Serene place. Listen to the whispers of your intuition, for it is the voice of your soul guiding you towards your highest good. Yeah. Yeah. The universe is guiding you to your highest good, to let you live an extraordinary life, to help you overcome your challenges, to help you rejuvenate your body, to help you have fun with your inner child, to help you recognize your true strength. Your intuition is the universe, communicating with you, giving you those intuitive nudges, helping you be in the right place at the right time, to avoid certain things, to let go of certain things. So if you want to live your highest good, you want to live that extraordinary life, you gotta listen to your intuition. You gotta be open and willing to do things, even if it doesn't quite make sense to your rational mind, because that's happened to me before. Where I'll be like, that doesn't make any sense, and my mind will try to talk me out of it. And then things will come up as like, oh, that's why that was coming up. Yeah, that makes sense now. You're right. You're right, intuition. Neptune's palace. Let the currents of divine guidance lead you to your true purpose. Yeah. The universe is guiding you. It's preparing you. It's setting you up for success. It's setting you up for greatness. It's setting you up to inherit this bountiful blessings. It's setting you up to reap this bountiful harvest, because you reap what you sow. Like, you're being set up. But we gotta have the eyes to hear and not the eyes to hear, oh my goodness, the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Ooh, that'd be interesting to have eyes that hear. I guess reading is a form of that, I guess. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, you're being led to your true purpose. You're being led to a life where you can thrive. And you have to believe it. You have to trust. Find beauty in vulnerability and let your resilience shine through life's challenges. Yeah. Yeah, like, you will overcome the challenges, but that doesn't mean that you won't have any anymore when you live that extraordinary life, when you live a life where you can thrive. You're still going to have challenges. You're still going to have things, not quite to your preference. You're still going to come across difficult people who want to cause drama, people who want to cause conflict, people who want to be contrary just to be contrary, people in a nasty mood and who will take it out on you, lashing out. Like, mind you, you will start encountering them less when you have, a certain energy, because the energies will be a mishmash. Like, you'll resonate with a certain energy group, and that's the kind of experiences you'll attract. Sort of like my mom with the printer. She was putting out that energy for over a month, I think now, and yeah, so you keep attracting printer problems. Not too surprising. So just know that you have the resilience to make it through, that things are working out for you, but you got to keep showing up. Yeah, this is a big one. You are worthy. Aim for what you want and believe in yourself. Don't settle for less. Don't sell yourself short. Get open and honest and real about what it is you want, and know that you're worthy. Know that you are good enough. Know that you are inherently worthy. You are inherently deserving. You can live an extraordinary life. You can thrive. You can have a life of your highest good where you're aligned with your true purpose. And I like, this is card number 8. I just noticed that. That's my favorite number. Lots of things involve 8 that are pretty significant to my life. I was actually sitting at seat number 8 when I met my best friend in 6th grade. And her birthday happens to be on April 8th. And I also find it funny because her favorite number is 13, and I was born on December 13th. So that's just a little side note, but yeah, like, you are worthy. So don't play small anymore. Don't hold yourself back. Don't sell yourself out. Be real and go for what it is you want. Know that you can have it. Yeah. Trust what you need is there. With love, all can be accomplished. That's the thing. If you're in alignment and resonating with love, if you're operating from love, if you're putting out love, that's what you attract back to you. And the universe is abundant. So the universe is divine unconditional love. So yes, you're going to allow all the magic and miracles to flow in from the universe. You're going to unlock all these opportunities. You're going to allow yourself to thrive. Trust and believe. Expect good things because you have the power to create your reality, which is what my family doesn't get. They think that life happens to them, and it's just like, I guess to an extent, yes, because there are things outside of our control, like people and their choices, traffic, the weather, but we also are co-creating with the universe, so it's not like we have no free will, we have no choice, we have no say. Okay, I see you. Everything is as you created. All you create offers you lessons in life. So, the messaging with this coming in is that, okay, 26, that condenses down to 8. Okay, but so, all that you have in your life is for your highest good, whether it be lesson or blessing. You know, you are either in alignment with what you want, and so you get it, and it's blessing you. You know, it's helping you thrive, or you're resonating with other things to teach you lessons so you can level up, so you can move past things, so you can heal. Sort of like with my family and like with my mom, the printer, she's like, the universe is trying to teach you the lesson of like, hey, be mindful. Hey, are you being intentional? Hey, maybe clean up your energy a little bit so you don't keep manifesting these problems, but not ready to hear it, and that's okay. The universe is a very patient teacher, and it will take as long as we need. As long as we need, it is willing to keep showing up and keep giving us those lessons, you know? We have reveal. May openness lead you to connection. Yeah. Having an open mind and an open heart, being flexible, allowing yourself to listen and receive is going to open you up so much and present all these new opportunities for you, and you're going to be connected and in alignment with the divine, with the universe, and it's going to be able to line things up synchronistically for you, and you're going to listen. You're going to take that inspired aligned action instead of just writing it off and ignoring what the universe is trying to communicate to you. So the universe is going to reveal all these sorts of messages and signs and help lead the way, help you get to your highest path. But, you know, we have to be willing. We have to choose it. Because we have free will and the universe respects that. Which can, you know, be a double-edged sword sometimes. Because we're just like, man, universe, just tell me. Just choose it for me. It'd be easier. And it's like, yeah, but you're supposed to be the one choosing it, you know? Release. May you lay down your burdens. May you lay down your burdens. May you release. May you let go. May you purge all that no longer serves you, all that is holding you back, all that is harming you. That's what had to happen with that toxic group of the narcissists. What had to happen with my former friend. Had to happen with, you know, former toxic job environments with the toxic bosses and toxic co-workers. Mind you, not all the co-workers were toxic, but like, it was pretty prevalent. I remember at my last full-time job, I was at a preschool, and the co-teacher I was with, she was going on about how grateful she was that I wasn't into, you know, gossip and all that toxic rumors and negativity, because that's literally what all the other teachers would do. They'd come into her classroom during lunch and just gossip and start rumors and be all this negative, nasty talk and doing these negative narratives and all that. And she's like, I couldn't stand it. I was like, oh my goodness. And yeah, I saw it when I went to other rooms, and not that they're necessarily the worst people ever, because like I do believe that they had good in them, but it's like they are set in ways, and it just boggles my mind because that's never been something I've been interested in. But it makes me wonder if it's just like the way my brain is wired, because I remember growing up, my mom and her sisters, like at one point, for instance, my best friend had been dating my cousin, and like my mom and her sisters came in and was like, isn't that weird? Did you ask them? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, I didn't ask them anything. It's none of my business. Well, don't you want to know? Aren't you curious? I'm like, it's not my relationship, but like to the extent that I care, is like I want them to be happy, and as long as they're not dragging me into the middle of their relationship and making me some kind of third wheel, I'm fine with that. Like they'll let me know anything they want me to know or that I need to know. Like it's not my business. Why are you trying to have me like know all the ins and outs of their relationship? Like that's between them. And like that's the kind of things that I notice a lot with my peer group overall. And then like I'll be like poking around on places like YouTube, and like I'll be hearing other people talking about that. I'm like, do I just not have like the traditionally wired female brain? Because that seems to be what they do. And I'm like, I've never been into that. Like people will tell me what they want me to know, and it's not like I don't have any curiosity or I'll never ask questions, but it's like if it's not my business, I stay out of it, you know? But it just like makes me wonder, because like that was the thing like with my mom and her sisters especially, like they needed to know everything, and like were like the kind of the rumor gossipy thing, and like and always getting into stuff. So like I don't know, like maybe that's a female thing and I'm just not normal. I don't know, guys. But it does make me think about how my best friend's family would always be like, oh man, why weren't you born a boy? You would have been perfect. You guys could have got married. It would have been beautiful. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't born a boy. I can't really do anything about that. I was born how I was born, you know? But yeah, let's release those burdens. We don't need to be weighed down by all of that. It's so much. And when we finally release, we make space for joy, for peace, for love, for fun. May you pursue what lights you up. Yeah. May you pursue what lights you up. Take care of yourself, fill up your cup, rejuvenate your energy, your body, have fun with your inner child, live an extraordinary life, do things that you enjoy. Life isn't meant to just be suffering, to just exist, to be on autopilot all the time, to numb yourself out. Mind you, there's still going to be life storms, and there's still going to be responsibilities where you may have to do some things you don't particularly enjoy or aren't to your preference. But overall, you should be enjoying life. You should be able to savor the little things, to stop and smell the roses. It shouldn't be rushing in like super stressful and all that all the time, you know? Do more of what lights you up inside, what you enjoy. You are worthy. You are worthy of that joy, of that fun, of that light. Yeah, it's okay to rest. You don't need to constantly be cranking things out. You don't have to be working all those jobs. Like, it trips me up, and like it's still a little bit mind-boggling that I actually let them talk me into burning myself out like that. It was so much, guys. Like, I never want to go back to that. And to be honest, I'm gonna be extra honest here. Like, it never was like something that resonated with me with traditional jobs. It never was. Like, I never wanted to. Like, all my siblings, they immediately like jumped into work because they wanted to buy phones to get all this stuff. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll chill. I'll read. I'll do creative things. I'll hang out with the cats. Like, I'll do work. Like, I would volunteer a lot, but I'm just like, I don't resonate with this work thing. And like, my first job, it was a community service work study, because I'm like, I don't want to do a traditional job. And so it's just like, society is forcing me into the traditional job things, and it just does not resonate. It doesn't. And I don't have any qualms with anybody who does enjoy that. Like, we are different, but it's just like, honestly, ever since I was little, what felt most in alignment and resonated with my soul is to have my own family, to be able to take care of people, to be the mom and the wife that I never got to witness, because There is not warmth and love and connection here. Like, I don't remember the last time they said that they loved anybody, that they hugged anybody, there's any kind of affection. There's fighting and like disconnection, and like, it's bad, guys. So that's like what I wanted. Hasn't happened yet, which is a little bit frustrating if I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, it's okay to rest. You don't have to do things like everybody else. You don't have to break yourself to quote unquote prove yourself as worthy. You're already worthy. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of good things. It's okay. It's okay. Card almost fell on the floor. Let go of what hurts. Yeah. We need to release and lay down the burdens. We don't have to cling on to them. We don't have to fixate on them. We don't have to obsess on them. We can let it go and free ourselves. We can do more of what we enjoy. We don't have to get so caught up in all our problems and frustrations and all the things we don't want, because where our time, energy, and attention goes, where it flows, it's going to grow. It's going to build momentum, and we're going to end up manifesting it in our reality. So let go of what hurts. Feel what you need to feel. Process, cry it out if you need to, journal, go to therapy, meditate, pray, whatever it is you need to do. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Find strength in vulnerability. Because even amidst the storms, even in the torrent of rain and the thunder and the lightning, you can realize how strong you are. Because it's the rain that helps all the plants grow, And then on the other side, brighter days come and you can even have a rainbow. So yeah, the storms can suck sometimes. They can be brutal. But you have so much strength within you. And again, that whole hot mess and turbulent storm and drama and pain and all that with the toxic group and the narcissist, yeah, it was awful. And I'm pretty sure they intended it to break me, to make me doubt myself, to never see myself as worthy ever again. Like, it was bad, guys. But it actually made me stronger. And I don't think they expected that for a second. I think they thought I would come crawling back to them, begging for forgiveness, begging for them to come back. And it's like, I deserve way better than this. I don't deserve this kind of disrespect and abuse. Like, I don't need to go back to gaslighting. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah. You're becoming unstoppable. You're becoming unstoppable. And you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to have a bountiful harvest. You're going to be able to live an extraordinary life because you're in alignment. You're resonating with that life, so it's going to be able to come in. And not that, you're better than other people, but like, if you look at people like my family, just not like comparison and like I'm better, they're worse, anything like that, but just the contrast of it's like we're coming at life from two very different perspectives, two very different energies, two very different mindsets, two very different focuses, and it shows in the harvest, And there may be spiritual warfare. People, may try to sabotage and hold you back and all that to break you, but it's like, you're becoming unstoppable. You have the strength and you're going to go far. They're not going to be able to stop you. They're not. They may want to, but they're not going to be able to. Okay. We have a butterfly. A change for the better, yeah. And the change, the transition, the transformation may be messy. Sort of like how the caterpillar has to break down and cease in order to become the butterfly. But it's going to be for the better. It's going to be to let you thrive. It's going to let you soar. It's going to take you to greater heights. You won't be chained to the earth anymore. You'll be able to come and see the world from a higher place because you are no longer the caterpillar. You're not in alignment with that anymore, You're the beautiful butterfly. It's a change for the better. Yeah, arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspects of your life. Even if you don't see the results yet, even if you haven't reaped the harvest yet, You're on the right path. You are transforming and metamorphosizing into the butterfly. You're going to be able to go the distance. You're going to be able to have that extraordinary life. It's going to be yours. Yeah. 4-leaf clover. Great good fortune. The universe is sending you blessings, good luck, great fortune, magic and miracles. It's lining everything up for you. It's, having those synchronistic opportunities where everything is just resonating and just falling into place perfectly. It's going to work out for you. You're heading in the right direction. It's Cobweb, protected from negative forces behind your control. The universe has your back. Like what happened with me in the bus. Like, I don't normally stop when people honk, but I stopped and looked that day, and it saved my life, because me versus the barreling bus running through that red light, this was a good 15 to 30 seconds after the light had turned green for me. And so it had been red for a while for the bus, but it flew through that intersection anyway. So yeah, you are protected. You are supported. The universe is covering you and blessings and good luck and protection. Like, you're good, okay? You're good. The universe has you. Yeah. Be victory and some endeavor. You're going to be victorious. You're going to be the one living an extraordinary life. You're going to be the one thriving. You're going to be the one who is transformed into the butterfly, who reaches your truest purpose, who has, a life of the highest good, who has magic and miracles work out for you, who has that bountiful harvest. You are victorious. So get excited. Get excited. Yeah. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. You will get your dream life. It may take some time for it to manifest in the physical, but as I've been saying, things are speeding up in terms of manifestation, and karma, what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. The energy you put out comes back to you. It's speeding up, because literally the whole thing with my dad and the co-worker who was new, like, that stuff happened within like a day. And so it's like, yeah, like, people are finding out. They're finding out. And so know that you're going to reap what you sow. Your wishes will be granted. You'll be able to live a life where you thrive. You'll be able to live an extraordinary life. You'll be able to have your dreams come true. It's a change for the better. You have great good fortune. You're protected. You are blessed. You are worthy. So get excited. Claim that. Own that. Speak it into existence. Trust and expect good things, and you will receive. I'm sending you so much love. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.